So, video one, day one, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing here, but I figured I would start off with why I'm here. And I just Friday, um, well, now technically 2 days ago, I received a call from my boss telling me that I had to get back to the office. My daughter just underwent some surgery, and my wife is at work, so I was home. And our internet went down, and me and one other person are on the account to deal with it. And told me I had to get back to the office. And I was like, that ain't happening, you know. Otherwise, my daughter would be at daycare, and I'd be at work. So I called up, the internet provider and got it squared away. Told them how to fix it. Called back the office, told them how to fix it. And apparently they had tried to get a hold of somebody. Left a couple of messages over at my office that my assistant took, but never gave to the corporate office. And this all happened during my daughter's surgery, so I wasn't in the office. I was at the hospital, staying overnight and then caring for her here. And never once did he ask, how did it go? How was she? Instead, what I got was that because I wasn't in and the message never got over to the corporate office, it created a huge panic and stress in the office. And the conversation with my boss ended. Make sure your fucking people do their jobs right. And what I don't understand about that is they're his people. It's his company. They're not just my people. I mean, yeah, it was my office. It is my office. But I mean, in that moment, I realized that he doesn't even consider his own employees as part of his people. Like, as he was hanging up on me, I was, throwing out there, they're your people too. They work for your company. Like, I couldn't believe it. And it's not the first time that he's cussed me out. I mean, that's light compared to some of the things I've gotten. F-bomb gets dropped constantly in my presence. And, that's what made me start this journey. My former employer has taken a back seat and is letting my new employer take the reins, and I can't work for the man. He has no leadership qualities whatsoever. He has no idea how to talk to his employees. He constantly just talks down to us, which I've never experienced. I've been a marketing director for this company for 15 years. And this is the first year that I've really experienced this. Although he has started taking over in the last, 4 or 5 years, I've been seeing the transition. And I believe it was early this year I started really figuring out that I needed to leave. I'm having to I'd fire like half my crew in one day. That was not fun. And I just kind of see where it's going. So I started, looking for something else, but I only knew what I didn't want. I didn't want to have to quit this job just to go find another job, working another, schedule that I don't want to have to work, that I can't make myself, for, another individual that could turn out to be as bad, even worse, I just wanted something of my own. Yeah, that's what I came across SFM. Actually, I came across a few different things before I came across SFM. Um, but I really resonated with Stewart and, then JJ Justin and then Jay, in the orientation. Um, but yeah, so that's why I'm here, to have more time, more choice, to actually be creative, do things that I want to do. Like I said, I've been doing this. I was a marketing director, supervisor, manager, branch manager, whatever you want to call me. Been doing it for 15 years, and I have never once been able to have an idea come to fruition. I started running an office in 2005, and in 2006, I had 4 Hispanic gals working for me, and I was like, we should be pitching the Hispanic community. By the way, we do fundraising. So we raise funds for, multiple sclerosis, cancer, veterans, terminally ill children, abducted children, chiefs of police, mentally and physically handicaps. So we raise funds for a lot of different things. And, I started thinking to myself, boy, there's a whole Hispanic community that we don't even contact. And this is 2006. 2006, okay? And I did all the work. I had the gals translate the entire invoice. I went through the process of doing it. I submitted it, and I got denied. And the reason they denied me was because I didn't speak Spanish. How was I going to verify the orders? I told them I'd learn. I would literally learn and do whatever it took. My goal is to create a $10 million office. That was my goal. And the retort to that was, well, where does it stop? What, are you going to learn Russian? And I was like, thinking to myself, well, Russian's like the second hardest language to learn besides English. No, not Russian. There's not a large Russian community anyway. I'm here in Salem, Oregon. We call, Washington, Oregon, California, Colorado, and Idaho. There's not a huge Russian population, but there's a large Hispanic population. So it made sense to me. And, so I was told no, couldn't do that. Wanted to start taking credit cards, wouldn't do that. Wanted to start doing email, wouldn't do that. I was like, oh my God, like I can't get an idea authorized. I'm stymied, I'm stifled. There's no growth. And you got to evolve. You evolve or you die. So I'm in a dying business, which isn't a dying business. It's actually a lucrative business if we would do business differently. Evolve. Do something new. So I started to realize it ain't happening. It's just unfortunate too, man, because I had my heart set on taking over the company. Me and my wife, we could have done great things. She was also a branch manager at one of our other offices, and she was damn good, better than me. I mean, she just has a way about her where she can just boost people's morale. I'm more of a numbers, and she is absolutely more of the morale boost type of branch manager. So we could have done great things, but whatever, because then I found SFM, and I am doing great things. I mean, I am creating content that I want to create, and I can't wait to get it out there. I mean, I've just felt since joining this journey, it's been long nights because I work 10, 12-hour shifts, usually 8:45 a.m. to about 8:45 p.m. And so I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm usually out in my shop till 1, 2 in the morning, which is 1 o'clock in the morning now, but you do what you got to do, and I'm here to succeed. So, yeah, I don't know if this is relevant to what I'm supposed to be doing here, but here it is. Yeah, so, by the way, Cameron O'Shea, Salem, Oregon, and keep on trapping, trappers.